So recently I found when I'm cracking my ice from the fridge, those same fumes that they got in these lights and coming off my phone and all these things coming out the sink, they it's coming off the ice. So I'm cracking my ice and my nose start running and my face start feeling dry. What have you people put in my water? Hmm? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, you keep doing that, and I'm gonna keep doing this. Deal? Deal. Oh yeah. In my nostrils too. At least it doesn't feel like the knife one. It doesn't feel like the one that's cutting out my nasal passage. Just made it dry. Make my face feel dry and tight. You're trying to make me look old and wrinkled like you. Hmm? Are you trying to make the princess look old and wrinkled like yourself? Unattractive like yourself? Huh? Evil doer? Evil person? Evil man or evil woman who is responsible for torturing me? Trying to make me look ugly like you? Is that what your aim is? Because at this point, whatever respiratory illnesses you thought I'd have, I don't have that. So, oh, 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 oh. All right, let's get right to it. So, should we do what's good? I didn't want to read anything that's like too heavy and because there's a lot of bad news everywhere. I feel like we should take some time to like pay attention to the good stuff. Yeah, something good. I want to read about something good. Let's bring good news to the people. Okay. I kind of know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so it's kind of like good news that's coming to you, but you don't know. But I already wrote it on the on the um on the title. It's a political reading. I don't want to do a political reading anymore. I think. So what are we gonna do then? And I can't even communicate with my audience to ask them, well, you know. All right, Most High. So you know what I'm looking for. Okay. So I need you. I need you to guide me. So please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading, Most High. Do step in and deliver your messages to your children. Yeah, I'm keeping my blood pressure down today, okay? I'm not trying to read any of the heavy stuff of these bad humans. These terrible, terrible humans. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm taking a break. Let's see. So I'll keep it open then and see who God wants to deliver messages to right now. Let's see. Okay. These horrible humans. Horrible humans. Horrid humans. That'll make me sick. To my haters, you can't be me, bitches. You can't do what I do. I got the gift. 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 And you can't do it like me. 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 Imagine y'all introduced me to tarot so you can use it against me to control my mind and my life. And God used it to elevate me to sitting on top of the world. If I were you, I'd be mad too. I just wanted to rub it in because you bitches are here watching me. I know if anybody's gonna tune into my show, it's gonna be you, Mr. and Mrs. Hater. Bitches. Talking about the men too. The men are bigger bitches than the women in my story. Could you imagine? The men in my life story are bigger bitches than the women. Ain't that some shit? A whole bunch of pussy ass niggas, bruv. Pussy ass niggas. Fucking gold diggers who don't want to work for their own money, bruv. That's the type of men in my life story. They wanna find a rich girl and live off of their money and control them and their money. So they not make no money. They want a woman with money that they can control she and she money. Bitch niggas. Pussy ass niggas. And they spend a lot of time learning the art of having sex, you know, because they think that their sexual prowess is enough to hold any woman. I got you under my spell, you fucking idiot. I bet you got a lot of stupid girls under your spell. Can't catch this one with your floppy shit. Ain't got no skills. Your sexual prowess, there's skill, but that shit is empty. That shit is dead. Okay? It's not fruitful. It's not life giving. It's not energizing. It's just sucking like a bumbleclad energy vampire. Your shit is dead. Because in here, you're dead. Your every ambition is to take. That's why your shit is dead. So you can never captivate a woman like me. You can only captivate the little chicken heads that y'all be dealing with. They're impressed by your sexual prowess. And this is all telepathic, people, for you, those of you wondering, okay? I've been celibate since 2011. This is all telepathic. This is sexual energy. Sex in the astral realm. Not physical. Nobody has touched this body since 2011. About June 2011. Okay. When I get some real sex, I'll tell you. When I break my celibacy spell, because I can't call it a dry spell, because it's voluntary, because it's like, if I can't find someone who is deserving of all of this, then why am I engaging in sexual activity? Like, why am I inviting anybody into my personal space? It don't make any sense. So until I find somebody worthy, I'm gonna wait. fucking poor people. Y'all are real poor people. Y'all are poor in here. Y'all don't have no intelligence to start up any legitimate businesses that is also lucrative. Y'all don't have no business management skills. Y'all don't have no business development skills. Y'all are real poor people. You are the definition of poor people. Those men who were taking money, dirty money, for trying to hurt me and ruin me, I'm talking to y'all. Y'all are the definition of poor people. You're fucking peasants. Wanna go around and present yourself like you're some kind of top dog, top this and top that. Nah, you a fucking criminal. And you're a weak heart. You a pussy for real, for real. Bumbleclaw mama man. A mama man is a man who live off a woman. Live off of anybody. A moocher. At the bottom of the deck, we got fake birth certificate. Little boys in a grown man bodies. Oh, Lord, please. Guide them away from me and me away from all of them worldwide. I beg of you. Okay, so we got age 81 to 100 years. And we got karma. Okay. So fake birth certificate is the subject matter of this reading that God want to share with us. Okay. So we got 81 to 100 years. And we got karma or justice. Okay. So the underlying issue, we got from age to 10. Birth to 10. I'm getting the birth to now again with this card. So from birth till now, not 10 years, because I don't have a birth till now card. I think I have to make one. Second time that's coming up, so I think I need to make one. So from birth till now, somebody been faulty, bumbleclot. Somebody been faulty all their life. Interesting. Somebody or something. Okay, so we got 61 to 80 years. We got runaway. Police. Okay, so I'm getting somebody don't want to like follow the rules. I'm getting runaway police is not actually police, but like self-discipline. Like somebody just been going throughout their whole life just doing whatever the fuck they want. Hence the faulty card. So they run away policing them own self. They don't exercise no form of self-discipline. Okay? But now, from since birth, basically, since they're little. So whoever raised them obviously was the same way. They learned it from whoever their guardian was. So runaway police, we got on a mission. We got cashless society. Over 1,000 years. And we got soil. So whoever this is portraying themselves as though they are 81 to 100 years, but really and truly they're over 1,000. So runaway police on a mission for the cashless society. We got age over 1,000 years soil. See, dirty, faulty, lack of self-discipline, dirt. Let's continue. Specific marks on body. I need to make a deck to like get more detailed with this. You got age 11 to 20 years. So I'm getting like the kind of influence that they are. Specific marks on body. Their mark is to be lawless. So we got age 11 to 20 years. So basically the youth. Age over 8,000 years and criminal. So this is a generational thing. Criminal to live grand. Okay, so that's how they make their money. We got divine authority. Brings a simpler life. That's what people don't understand. That's why my enemies don't understand. How come I'm not making any money of my own? Okay, they got my phone shut off from the public. They got me blocked off at every turn from the public, so I can't even do business. I'm not making any money, and yet still I am absolutely fine. I have all of my needs provided. Is because when you're in your divine energy, God provide for you in whatever way it chooses to. And at this time, it chooses to provide for me through my daughter. You see how that works? Because it says if God will take care of the birds of the air and the fish of the sea and the beast of the land, then don't you think that God is going to look after you? So it's basically saying that these people, they think that that's how to live well. But the truth is, when you step into your divine authority or you step into your divine nature, it simplifies everything. And you don't have to be running from no police. You don't have to be no calm. You don't have to run from karma. You don't have to run from yourself. You don't have to feel judged by your own conscience. You don't have to look over your shoulder to see if any of the people that you hurt in the past, if they're out to get you. You don't have to deal with any of that, because you got what you got through lawful means. But you see, people, it's like it's their pleasure to not believe in God. It's like it's their pleasure to just be godless. And it's like they make up excuses to do bad things to get what they want. It's like they wouldn't even try God. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people wouldn't even try God because it's just like they just dismiss God. But these are such fools. People who dismiss God are clearly people who don't pay attention to anything that truly goes on in this world. Nothing natural in this world that they pay attention to. Because if you even pay attention to the sky, it's like, what is that? How is that? You see the birds, you start to ponder, well, where the first human come from? Where the first tree come from? Where did water come from? Where did soil come from? These people don't think about anything to do with that. They have no gratitude for nature whatsoever. They're born and they get caught up in this game that they have constructed and call it life. Because the truth of the matter is, life can be whatever we want. Cash does not have to exist. Cash exists because somebody decided to make it exist and we decided to go along with it. Because before there was cash, we were bartering, exchanging skills and goods for skills and goods. So we don't need to have cash. We need to have skills. And somewhere along the way, people have pushed skills all the way away because now everybody want to be a thief. Everybody want to be a professional thief. Everybody want to be a professional hitman and a professional hit woman. Everybody want to be a secret agent, and not a secret agent of good, mind you. Everybody just feel like they're just the most devious, cunning, like money swiping human that there ever was. And who's not doing that? They're trying to use magic to manifest money. Nobody want to get in touch with their talents that God gave them. Nobody want to take the time to know themselves. Nobody want to take the time to build. Nobody wants to live within their means until they actually become rich. And then we have the people who think they own society, who would stand in the way of anybody who shows the ability to become rich and who has good intentions with the money. That's where I'm at. That's what's been happening to my life, because I have the ability to make lots and lots of money, but I have good intentions, and that's why they're trying so hard to stop me from making money. So we have that issue or that element of society or of existence to deal with, but it is what it is. We got to do what we got to do to make life into what we want life to be. Life is what we make it. So there's no excuse really to make clean money. That's what I'm trying to say. We need to go back to the times when we actually get to know ourselves, find out what we're actually good at, what we actually love to do. And if we need to get another job in the meantime, get another job, but always find time for your true grit, for your true gift, for your true talent, for your true passion, because the money will come finding you. And usually that's something that schools don't teach you. It's a gift that you find inside yourself. Nobody taught you. It's just something that you find, you love it. It's something that you're good at, and you just have to build upon it. That's your purpose, or one of your purposes in life. Anything that you find within yourself that carry those characteristics, that's how you know that's what your purpose is. There's a lot of money on that path for you if you choose to dedicate yourself or invest your time and your energy, your money and whatnot to building yourself and perfecting those abilities. The money will come and find you. Your excellence is like somebody making a great product, and they don't have to advertise because it's so good. People are going to tell people. We got the game all backward. And we need to stop these people who are trying to stop us from getting rich and doing positive things with the money. That's why we have so many superstars and like so many musicians and movie stars and basketball players and football players that's making so much money and they're not doing anything positive. It's because they're not allowed to. The underground part of our system is in place to stop people from doing positive things with money. They'll come at you. They'll try to ruin your reputation. They'll try to ruin your cash flow. They'll try to ruin whatever project you're building. Just look for the signs. They love to ruin people's reputation. They love to tell lie about people who have good intentions for money. Especially people who have the ability to attract plenty money, whether it's through donations or through hard work, a large clientele. But once you have that and you have good intentions for the money as well, like fixing up communities and encouraging good community spirit and training the youth to be like respectable men and women and uh, bringing unity in the communities through anything, whether it's through performing arts or sports or things like that. Anytime you have good intentions with your money, just watch and you see these people come and try to ruin everything. And they don't do it in your face, they do it sneakily. So you just have to watch and see how people move with you. You're gonna see people's attitudes toward you change, and you're gonna be puzzled. That's what's happening. It's time that the secret be out. We need to normalize doing respectable things for our money. We need to normalize being businessmen and businesswomen again, even as small businesses. Don't bite off more than you can chew. We need to normalize creating respectable sources of income again. Everybody can't be thief and murderer and prostitute. And doctor and lawyer and musician and basketball player and all these things. We need people in every different walk of life because we make up society. I was listening to a podcast from Jamaica, and Hurricane Melissa went through Jamaica, and Jamaica is in a really bad mess right now. But he was saying, well, because so many Jamaicans love to sing and dance and really poppy show themselves, and the other half of them are basically murderers and whatnot. It's like, so who's gonna build back the country now? Everybody want to invest in scamming and killing each other. I'm doing special ops and laughing and joking and dancing and singing and whatnot. So where are the carpenters? Where are the plumbers? Where are the bricklayers? Where are the electricians? He said there's all these jobs that could have been going to skilled Jamaican workers. They're going to have to get done by people from overseas. So they're going to have to bring in people into Jamaica in order to get Jamaica built back properly, because there's a lack of skilled workers. And it's true. We need to tap into ourselves again and stop trying to develop a life of crime as our main source of income. If you choose to get into crime, don't stay in it. It's not a type of profession to make your life's career. That don't make no sense. If you dip your hand and you get it out without it getting chopped off, you ought to be glad. Use that money and do something sensible. And it's time that we cut these people out of the picture. These people who have a problem with us spending our money in a positive way. This is probably one of them right now that I'm reading. It's time for us to stop them from allowing themselves to overstep our boundaries. They only do it because we allow them to do it. We believe the lies when people go around and talk lies about people who got positive ambitions. We believe the lies. We are complicit in ruining them because we believe the lies. We're going to have to bypass the lies, the propaganda. Every time there's somebody successful that's willing to do something positive with their money, all of a sudden they're a pedophile. All of a sudden they're a rapist. All of a sudden they're a trafficker. But they weren't a trafficker when they had all that money, but they weren't doing something positive with it. But when they decide, I want to live a better life, I'm ready to change my life, all of a sudden the news, this is what they report. We've seen it done so many times. They kill people's sons to try and deter them from doing positive things in society. They kill people's daughters to deter them from doing positive things in society. And we sit back and we allow this. And for those of us who help, you're even worse. Those of you who actually carry out these acts, don't you know you're keeping even your own self down? You're keeping your own children down. You're keeping your own grandchildren down. What kind of world are you creating? Look at it now. What do we have now? It's horrible. It's horrible. Everywhere is dirty. Spiritual and moral corruption to the utmost. Nobody can like anybody again. We all have to pretend to like each other. We have to pretend to feel safe around each other. There's no true joy. If we're going to have that again, we're going to have to make it happen. We fucked it up. There's no innocence again. No sincere love again. It's not okay. We need to get back in our God energy. We need to get back in our God energy where we not fear nobody. Not even death we fear. We're not afraid of death or death. We're not afraid because we are standing up for a better tomorrow. Once this part of the task is over, we're going to be free to create a better world, a better system. We need a better system of operation. This is not okay. So we got divine authority will give us a simpler life. A life where we're healthier because we're not always angry. So we have less high blood pressure, we have less diabetes, we have less carotid arteries or whatever that word is. You know what I'm saying? We have less obesity. Because there's a lot of depression. When people are depressed, they eat because the food tastes good and it feels good. You think that these people become obese because they want to be obese? They never intended to. But it's like, what's the alternative? This world is depressing. And it's depressing by design. It was made to be this way. Police are paid less than basketball players because when you pay the police less, you can then tempt them with extra money to do bad shit. Judges, lawyers, you name it. It's the system. It's the way things are designed. This person been living a horrible way for all their life, and now karma is about to catch up to them. It's the time. So what does that even look like for somebody who lived their whole life being like that? Why? Because most likely those who raised him or her were just like that. And that's the same thing with you. You were raised to be sneaky, a liar, a thief, a prostitute, an assassin, a secret agent, a manipulator. You were raised to be that way. Somebody introduced that shit to you. But it comes a point in our adult life where we have to take charge of our own life's trajectory. We don't have to keep going the way that we started. Fine, we got a bad start in life. We didn't have proper influences. Most of us didn't have proper influences. How did I turn out the way I turn out is because God raised me. Nobody really raised me. I raised myself. That's why I'm this way. And I'm actually glad. The parents I had around me, they weren't parenting. And I'm glad when they did try to parent me, they tried to make me into who they are, because that's who they are and that's what they know. But I rejected it. No, I don't want to have sex with men for money. That's not how I see myself. That's not what I want for myself. I'm a doer, I'm a trier. And that's how I am so different, because I didn't like what the world was showing me. And God didn't have anybody around me that was strong enough to turn my mind, because I was a crazy motherfucker forever. It's like I was trying to grow my dreadlocks and my mother said either comb them out or move out, and my stupid ass moved out the house. I would still make the same decision, but I moved out the house not knowing where I would go, where I would get money from. Because at that time I was traveling to college, and I had to go to college from Whitechapel all the way to Watford Junction to West Harts Casio campus. And my brother had to provide me with money. And you know which brother it was? The one that was molesting me as a child. He helped me to finish my schooling by paying for my travel. It wasn't a lot. I could only go like 1 or 2 like days out of the week, but I was a bright child, so I finished early and I didn't even have to go back. I was one of the first people to finish the whole course in my class. But these are the type of decisions that helped me to maintain my own authority, divine authority. Like I make the choices that I want to make in my life. I decided I want to start a business. My child's father was cussing me and telling me I'm a Rasta because I'm a hairdresser. He's like, I'm a Rasta. I'm not Rasta not supposed to be doing people here. And I had to fight for my right to do hairdressing, because my logic is this is the skill I have to bring money into this house, and we need money in this house. So I had to fight him and defy him so that I could start my own business, because he alone can't bring in the money that we need. But if I was to be afraid of maybe he gonna kick me out, or maybe he gonna cheat on me, or maybe he gonna become domestically abusive, or Do you know what I'm saying? If I had allowed myself to think in those ways, then maybe I would not have made the decisions that I made. But I've always been the type of person who is willing to stand up for her right and be true to herself and make the decisions that I feel are the right decisions to make in my life. That's how I didn't get caught up in this. And it's a very lonely path because people, the more adult like I became and the more serious, like getting involved in government, having something to say about how government, when I started doing that part of my life, then I saw people started to like draw away from me. I saw weird stuff start to happen. So it's like they were sending me signals like back off, back off, back off without being blatant about it. That's how the shit worked. But me, I'm not the type to quit. So here I am today, 20, almost 23, 24 years since I started doing that. About 17 years they've been coming at me, but I was doing it for a couple of years before they actually launched the attack on me in 2008. But you have to fight. If you don't want to compromise your morals, if you don't want to compromise who you are in this life, you're gonna have to take risks. It's like, how far are you willing to go to respect yourself, to be true to yourself? If you allow your fears to stop you, then you lose. And you become who they want you to become, as a version of yourself that you don't like. And hence, depression, anxiety, suicide. Some people get mean and take out their anger on others instead of internalize it. The first set is people who internalize that dissatisfaction with life. The other set is people who strike out at other people. It's because of their dissatisfaction with the version of themselves that this world has manipulated them into being. You understand what I'm saying? There's a price to pay for everything. Nothing at all in life is free, because now this person is living this way. He or she is about to pay for the way that they've been living lawlessly for all their life, because there was nobody to check them. Who gonna check me? The who gonna check me culture. I got friends in high places. Yeah, but morally you don't have friends in high places. Who gonna check you? Karma. And you can say you don't believe in karma all you like, but I'm telling you, when you lose your house, that's karma. When you get sick, that's karma. If you're trying to make babies and you can't make your babies, that's karma. If you slam your finger in the car door, that's karma. Okay? If you get into a fight and somebody knock out all your teeth, that's karma. You need to learn to recognize what karma is. What the fuck do y'all think karma is? If you get kidney disease or liver disease, or what, one of your children born deformed or they're sick, and or anybody that you love is going through anything, yo, that's karma talking to you. How else do you think nature conducts sentencing? How else would nature how else would nature give out sentencing? Like, it's like you go to court, you do a crime, you get caught, you go to court, and they sentence you. Life is like that. When you get sentenced, you get sentenced to things like having a mind, an unsettled mind. Okay, it could even be something as simple as you go to the hairdresser and you get a shitty hairstyle. Okay, just anytime you're dissatisfied with life, that's karma communicating with you. You do negative, you get negative. And sometimes it piles up. Because especially if you keep committing the same offense over and over and over and over, and karma keep drizzling, God is like, it's like God is saying, no, no, just a little tap on your hand, no, 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 no. Soon you're gonna get a box. Can you hear me now? No? Okay, you keep doing the same offense, you keep doing the same offense, you keep doing the same offense. Eventually, you end up in some kind of sickness or something, man. You're bedbound. Now you can't move. You're lucky if you can talk. That's karma. Your body has become your prison. That's karma trying to tell you, stop what you're doing, or you're not listening to me. Because God defends the evildoer and the victim. So you may think, oh, who gonna check me? Because you're hurting somebody who is incapable of really putting you in your place. But you don't see that God is their defender. God is the helper of the helpless. That's what we keep missing in this life. And we keep doing the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over. And life keep putting us into situations to tell us stop. And we keep missing the shit because we deny. We happily fool ourselves into thinking that karma isn't real. Nobody gonna check me. Oh, I'm just sick because I did blah, blah, blah. That's why I'm sick. You're not seeing it as I am sick because I did something that I wasn't supposed to do and nature's trying to talk to me. Because God don't be wanting to fuck up people. That's why people wonder, well, how come people can do so much evil in a life and still get by? It's because God is a merciful God. God give people a chance to make their mistakes and learn from their mistakes. God communicate with people. They get punished, but it's not enough to make them, first of all, realize it as a punishment or even to make them stop. And that's why when we see how certain people die or how certain people get in their life and we feel sorry for them, you don't know who that person is and what they've been doing all their life. You don't know what they have been doing, but we want to be sorry for them and thinking that life is so unfair to them. You don't know how unfair they have been to the people around them. We need to get real about what life actually is. So karma is here for this person, just as it will come for all of us. Some people karma come quick like that. Matter of fact, everybody's karma come quick like that, but we don't recognize it as such. We need to recognize karma when karma is knocking at our door. Our parent, our godparent. Because we are divine beings, all of us. So if we break divine law, the divine police show up. The divine police is pain. Physical pain, mental pain, emotional strain. That's karma. That's the police. That's the spiritual police. They witness what you did. You had a trial, because them done witness it. And you get your sentencing. You're sentenced to stubbing your toe. Is there something that you do all the time? You see my daughter baby father, my daughter father, he used to stub his toe all the time. Why? I don't know what he used to do when he go away, but he used to leave us alone a lot. He used to walk out the house a lot. From morning broke he left. And he not come back until late night. And that fucker used to just knock up the same toe over and 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 over. And none of us was smart enough to know that that was nature talking, Mother Nature, karma talking. I eventually learned the language of karma. But whatever we normally sin with, that's the part that karma gonna deal with us. So if you normally sin with your mind, you might be the type of person to hit your head a lot. Shit's always hitting you in your head. Why? Because you keep using your head for dumb shit. If you keep stealing, you gonna get burns on your hands. You gonna get all type of shit happening to your hands. Why? Because you're using your hands for evil. Just pay attention to your life. Where do you suffer most? That's karma talking to you. And why are you suffering with that part of your body? What does that mean? Pay attention. Mother and Father God, they're talking to us. They're trying to train us to be our best selves. Stop listening to people telling you about God and learn to know God for yourself. God is not the boring entity that people train us to believe it is. God is not the restrictive entity that people train us to believe that it is. I don't give a fuck who want to be vexed with what I'm saying. God is the type of entity that will say, if you want to have an orgy, just be safe. Science tells us the limits that God has for us. Science determines what is a sin and what is not. You think that God said a man shall not lay with a man in the way that he lay with a woman? In, I think, Leviticus or whichever scripture that is, that's talking about homosexuality. You think that God said not to sleep, that we shouldn't have anal sex just because he don't want us to have anal sex? People who have been practicing it for a while, they could tell you exactly why it's not a good practice. We who haven't been doing it, we don't really know the consequences. But I'm sure people who truly get involved in that, they know why. They know why God said don't do it. Because think of the intestines. I don't think the intestines are connected to anything. You could probably pull out the intestines through your asshole. So imagine somebody ram you. What is that doing to whatever connectivity there is? I've seen videos with that, with it like folding out and like their asshole falling out. Who's cool with that? That's what God is trying to save people from, that and whatever other illnesses and whatnot that occur through anal sex. Your asshole is very important to you. Who want to go about their business and have shit leaking out their ass? The pussy was made for ramming. Use the pussy. That's why it don't fall out. One cook, one wash. There you turn it down. What? The pussy can't done. If God, if there's anything that we shouldn't be doing, the science of it will tell us, because it's going to be bad for us. That's why there's a rule say everything in moderation. So it's not that you can't enjoy your favorite intoxicant. It's that you shouldn't allow it to rule you, and you shouldn't allow it to destroy you. But if that's what floats your boat, then do your do. You just have to discipline yourself. Know your limits. If you take one more drink, you're gonna be a total asshole, then it's in your best interest and everybody else is around you to not take that next drink. Do the responsible thing. That's life. That's God. That's godly living. That's sacrifice of self. Like, I want that drink, but I know if I take that drink, I'm gonna be a fucking idiot. That's what God wants to see us do. God don't want to see us living a life that's dreary. God wants to see us experiencing what we want to experience, but be safe about it. Be logical. Stop making people tell you who God is and learn who God is for yourself. Science will tell you what God approve of and what God don't approve of. Everything has already been set. Shit. Hang on. Sorry.
American Spirit. That's a you. Hello.
I'm doing a live. Sorry, I was supposed to look at your message a long time ago. I'm on a live. I forgot. Come here, chat plenty. Oh, okay, no problem. Yeah. All right, bye bye. Oh, Malika, how much time do I have roughly? Oh, okay, no problem. Oh, okay, no problem. All right, bye. Okay, damn. Class is in session. But yeah, man, these people, you see, parents, yeah, you need to know that no parent has it all together. Okay? And we, the parents, need to admit to our children that we do not know everything and we do not have it all together, but that don't give you the right to disrespect me as your parent. I am your elder, and as long as I'm telling you the right thing to do or something sensible to do, do not try and challenge me. Because the fact that I don't know everything, it don't mean I'm a damn dummy. I've been here longer than you. I've experienced more than you, and I could teach you a lot. Okay? I've made a lot of mistakes that I've learned from. So now I have a lot of lessons to teach. Okay? Do not make the mistake and feel that because I say I don't know everything that I'm a dummy. I'm not a fucking dummy. Do not pass your place with me. But just know that your opinions are welcomed as long as you share them in a respectful way. We can figure this thing out together. That's how you build a strong family unit. Because children are not idiots, they're very smart. And the more that you give them the right or the freedom to share their thoughts, even if it's wrong, you at least you know where you need to help them to correct and really see the picture clearly. That's how you raise intelligent children. By first admitting that you're not 100%, nobody will ever know everything. Make them know that too. So if them think that they're gonna grow to know everything, they got the shit fucked up too. And when they get old like you, after they don't cost you when they're young, because you know when we're young we think we know everything, guilty as charged. And then you grow up to be like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and you're like, fucking hell, I don't really know much, do I? Yeah. It's like a blessing and a curse. Children, we just made to believe that we know every fucking thing. Tell the truth, when you were 12, you thought that you were just so grown. It's natural. We can't help it. That's how we were built. But it doesn't mean that we should allow it because it's not so. There's so much that we need to know so that we can be safe and well and successful and effective. There's a lot to learn. So I don't know how we gonna make it, but we got a lot of work to do. Okay, that's why we don't have time to be spending time sick because of shit that we done. Okay? Life is interesting enough. We don't need these quote unquote elites to fucking complicate life any more than it already is to make life entertaining and worthwhile. Y'all have done a great job. We have a lot to do. We like the money game. We like it. It's interesting and it gives us motivation to get up and go out and you know it's we like the little competition kind of vibe and yeah we like to measure bank accounts, we like it, but can you please step back from the fuckery, for a while, Mr. and Mrs. Elite, who like to destroy society? Can you just give us a break so we can make money and support your businesses so you can make money, and you leave us the fuck alone so that we can grow and develop and become who God has called us to be? Because if you don't willingly get out of our way so that we the people can heal, God gonna move your ass out of the way. I've told you this many times, and I don't mind telling you plenty times coming. If you don't get out of the way of we the people and allow us the freedom to take care of our own business, our mental health, our financial health, our social health, you name it, our spiritual health, our moral health, all that good stuff. If you don't get out of our way, God gonna move you. So we're going to be all right, Mr. and Mrs. Elite. Okay? So yeah, so going into our divine authority, it brings about a simpler life. Because life was meant to be simple. Only complicated when you don't know something. But once you know it, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe it's so easy. When I first tried it, it was so hard. Yeah, because you don't know. So that will just change everything. Plastic surgery energy. Yeah, we got AI generated deep fake, and then we got silence when it comes to food. So the way that they've been training us to go about food is nonsense. It's fake. Okay? Meat suit, mask, and all these things. It's fake. The way that being a criminal and whatnot, all that is fake. We don't have to be stepping on top of each other to be successful. We don't have to be pulling each other down to be successful. We don't have to be stealing from each other to be successful. There's enough of everything around for everybody, but everybody want to be the same thing. Nobody is trying to find out what their own path should be. Everybody's looking at somebody else's life and seeing, oh, that's how they got that. I'm going to try it too so that I can get plenty. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what people are doing. So then we have a whole, the market is oversaturated with secret agents. The market is oversaturated with drug dealers. The market is oversaturated with prostitutes. The market is oversaturated with, fast food shops. You name it. You see how society is. Because nobody's being true to themselves. And then we have big gaps in society where we need stuff. Like, look at me here reading tarot. How many people were actually called to read tarot but don't do it because they don't think that it's lucrative? They prefer to probably be a thief instead. And that's just one example. So, yeah. And if you didn't believe that it's the fakeness, it's a lie. The way that they've been telling us to go about getting our food, providing for ourselves, is a mask. It's all a lie. And the secret is out. The secret is out. The way we're living, we don't have to live like this. We actually make life harder when we live like this. Being a criminal is actually a harder way. If you're gonna be a criminal, then it's better. Instead of being a criminal, your energy would be better spent fighting against the people who make our way forward hard when we have good intentions for our money. Why can't I use my gifts, make a whole bunch of money, and go back and build up my country? Go back and build up my community. Why is that such a problem? Why is it that I can't start a business that's going to provide job opportunities for the children, the young people in my community. Why is that such a problem? Why every time somebody do something like that, they get challenged and they eventually get shut down? We need to keep these people out from doing this to us, because now it make us look like we're not up to anything good. And I know some people out there, they have walked the walk where they are trying to use their money for positive things. And here come Mr. and Mrs. Elite's minions, okay, to ruin their efforts, shut down their business or shut down whatever operation, whatever community building operation they have. And it discourages people, because people think, how can I fight against the system? Don't worry, we gonna soon figure it out. I already figured it out, because I figured it out when I decided, yo, it's either death, shit, or I'm gonna win. Fucking win or die trying. That's the type of mindset that I have. Why should I allow myself to be bullied into being somebody that I am not? Why should I allow myself to be bullied into not taking steps that I can take to make society a better place? Because they know when I get that money, I'm going to spend that money right. That's why they try so hard to make me not even get the money. What? I don't even have a bank account. That's how desperate they are to keep money out of my hands. They don't want this world to be a better place, because better place they think is not going to bring them money, but they're stupid. They forget that all the millions, the elites forget that the millions and whatnot that they inherited from their parents before them, they actually had good things around. There was a lot of good in the world when they were making all that money. And now they think that encouraging good practices and good energy in the community is somehow not profitable or whatever. So they try and create as much chaos and whatnot as possible. Look, if your system need a reset, you don't need to do all this bullshit to do a reset. We already know that the game is fucking fake, bruv. We already know that the money game is not fucking real. Y'all can find a different way, a better way to do it than to have to cause so much pain and anguish to people. Y'all are irresponsible custodians. If you want to crash the American dollar or reset whatever, however you're doing, you can find a different way to do it. We all know fucking money isn't real. We know money isn't real. We already know. Can you stop pressuring us now? Stop being fake. Stop starting wars. Stop making excuses as to why this happened and that happened and that happened and that happened. Start to talk the truth. We can handle the truth. But a lot of things need to change. Like I said, there are going to be people who don't want to play this game, and they shouldn't be forced into playing this game. But if they want to be in this society, they're going to have to live in a house, and they're going to need food and whatnot. If they want these things, then they're going to have to do something to get these things, because nobody going to fucking carry them. So we need to change up the system. Some of us are going to stay in this game. I'm going to stay in this game because I like this game. I love the money game. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem supporting your big corporations either, but you can't be fucking with me and then still expect to benefit from me. Obviously, if you treat me like shit, I'm going to want to treat you like shit. Duh. And that's why people want to boycott Christmas, because you're treating them like shit. You want them to spend their money. What the bumper clap money? Where them forget it from? The cost of food and housing and electricity and everything goes up, and nobody's paycheck goes up. What you think's gonna happen? If there's an uprising, it's you causing it, because you're being ridiculous. How you expect to put your hand around people's throat and be choking them, and you don't expect them to try and fight you off? How? What kind of punks do you really think we are? Insulting our intelligence and insulting our characters, bruv. You've been locked away in your little fancy rich world for too long. You need to come out. You need to come out and visit us and see what the fuck we're really like. All those fantastic recipes and goods and services, we do that. We are the geniuses who make up your big corporations. It is our intelligence that make up these big corporations that bring you all this money. We are the songwriters and the actors and the script writers and the fucking engineers who build the fucking bridges and the fucking rocket ships that missiles and whatnot and build all the weapons and shit. You don't do these things. You just collect the money. Yet you insist on insulting our intelligence. And exalting yourself over us when we make you Mr. and Mrs. Elite. We make you rich. You don't make yourself rich. We are the machine. If we stop, society stops. If we stop, the money stop. Y'all are being ridiculous. Nobody have a problem with making you rich. What we have a problem with is how much pressure you're putting on us. Some of us are living in our cars now. You're being ridiculous. Certainly you could do something nice for us to put smiles on our fucking faces. It's not that serious. You're still gonna make your money. Ain't nobody trying to take you out from your dirty throne. Nobody wants to sit in your dirty bumbleclot throne. You can have your throne. We're busy building our own. If you won't ease up off of us, God will make you. Remember, I told you that. Don't forget. You're gonna ease up off of us by will or by force. I'm not here to fight with you. I'm here to inform you. Because you're bigger than me. I can't fight you. But I'm bigger than you. You can't fight me either. You see that? I can't stop you and you can't bumbleclot stop me. Know that. Making people think that stealing from each other is the bumbleclot norm. It is not the norm. You can't even go into a restaurant and eat fucking food without it being some cheating, dishonest business going on. If you insist on mishandling us, God will remove you. God will remove you of your power. God will strip you of your power. Simple. We the people, we will have peace. And we will rebuild the system into what we want it to bumbleclap be. You fucking idiots. It's like you're better than us. You got more money than us. Okay, we get it. But why do you insist on fucking just tightening the rope around our neck just tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and never loosening it at no point? Eh? At no point. That's bullshit. I'm gonna stay in the game. I'm gonna take all your money from you. Every time you come at me because you want a reading because your empire is falling apart, I'm taking out my yellow price cards. We want millions or billions at a time for each reading. So you better not come to me for no bumbleclad spiritual advice. Because I'm gonna take your money. So all the riches that you've been saving up thinking is for your grandkids is for me. Believe that. Because when shit start hitting the fan, I'm available. Yeah. I'm available. You got my money? You want to shut down my bank account? Don't worry. I'll have my own bank. God already told me that. God said one day, Chanel, you're going to have your own bank. That's how rich I'm going to be. You can't stop it. You can't do anything about it. And if you steal from me, you're not stealing from me. You're stealing from God. So come and thief. No problem. You think I'm going to stress out because you stole millions or billions or trillions from me? I'm not. That's God's money. God know exactly where the money went. God know exactly who took it, how they took it, and where it went, and where they spend the money pan. And God know exactly how we gonna make you suffer. Eh? What's your sentence? I'll probably do a reading for you and put that shit on YouTube. Yeah. You steal our body? Don't worry. I'll tell you exactly what your sentence is. When you see that shit happen, you'll know. We're not the ones to fuck with. Okay? Right. Oracle. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Ooh, it's all turned around. What's that? Wow, a whole bunch of cards flipped over and I didn't even know. What's this? What kind of... Well. Okay. No. That was me and this is you. Yeah, man, the Oracle will read for them for Mr. and Mrs. World Domination. Eh? Yeah, make sure you save my money. Because my prices are non-negotiable. Okay? Okay. And that's how you build a legitimate, lucrative business. You listen to the words from the Lord. You step into your divine power. Eh? One reading, 180 billion. Yeah. I literally become a millionaire overnight. Shit. These little superstars, they have nothing on me. They're not in my class. I makes my own money. I build my own empire. I'm that chick. Call me Mrs. Black Rich Bitch. Okay, don't just call me Black Bitch. Call me Mrs. Black Rich Bitch. Okay? Okay. Podcast. Oh gosh. Let's see. Yeah, we talking about my money, bruv. Mrs. Black Rich Bitch. That's my name. I'm not this black bitch. I'm Mrs. Black Rich Bitch. Okay? Okay. Let's see these stats. So we got podcast, church, mystical being. Exactly. That's me. And we got converse and seaport. You crying? You crying because of my conversation? Oh, the truth hurts, does it? Oh, you vexed about me and my money? Hey. Oh, I need to think of a good name for my bank. What do you think I should call my bank? need a nice name for my back. Ooh, you mad? I'd be mad if I was you too. But y'all know I got so many different skills, bruv. I can make money from so many different avenues. It's inevitable that I become a Mrs. Black Rich Bitch. Yeah, Mrs. See, I need a man of my caliber, you know, who can handle a female like myself. Let's see what this is saying. Let's see the bottom of it. You got control. Oh, wait. It was these three cards: control, beach, and there's method to what appears to be madness. You see, beach is like good vibes, you know? We control the good vibes. There's method to what appears to be madness. And at the bottom of the deck, we got social media, you know? So many different ways I can make money. Like, and music, exactly. I write, I dance, I sing, I rap, I do opera, I do rock and roll, soca, I do reggae, blues and Motown and gospel music. Yo, I am gifted. I am gifted beyond comprehension. I ain't even talk about the clothes that I make yet and doing hair. I make jewelry. I got so many skills. It's inevitable that I be a rich bitch. And it's all legitimate businesses. I ain't trying to steal from nobody. I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I ain't trying to step on top of nobody. It's all gonna happen. For right now, I can't even provide for myself. God has put me all the way down to the point where I have to depend on others. So it's like God has to build me from the ground zero. God had to teach me how to be a dependent because all my life I've been independent. I've never been the type of child to ask my parents for things, and I've never been that type of child. I take what I get. You know? 99% of the time I take what I get. I don't complain. You know? So I've only known a life where I'm able to provide for others. But in 2022, yeah, that was different for me because God put me in the position where I am now a dependent. And as an adult, it's like, I cried. Okay. I cried. That was because why I cried was because it's not because I didn't want to be a dependent, because I mean life happens and sometimes you have to be a dependent, but I was looking at like, how is my daughter going to feel being the provider? She has to pay the rent, you know, everything financial is coming from her paycheck. How is that going to make her feel? I know why my enemies did it. My enemies did it because they thought that that would destroy the relationship between Malika and myself. But I've always kept Malika up on this fight. So she understood exactly what was happening when it was happening. But I still cried because it's like, I don't want to be a burden on anybody. But then she had to remind me, like, you be taking care of me all my life. So now if I have to take care of you, then it's just what it is. But it did stop her from being able to spend her own money and save it and whatnot and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So it did hurt her a bit, but She still said the same thing. You look after me all my life. And plus, when I have it, anybody who needs it and I feel like deserve it, they got it too. So it's like I'm good people. And plus, I do everything around the house, make the house comfortable and clean, make sure she got food ready and fun food. You know what I mean? I try to keep dinner times like finger, you know what I'm saying? I try. So it's like I can't provide financially, but I provide in whatever way I can. And that's what keeps that good rapport. That's what keeps that good energy in spite of me not being able to provide for myself. So God put me at ground zero to see how I would be able to manage it, how I would behave. I feel like I'm passing with flying colors, man. I'm clearly passing with flying colors, man. And that's how you live when you're living in somebody's house and you can't provide anything financially. It shouldn't take a genius to tell you that you should go and wash up some dishes and cook some food if you know how to cook and clean up. Don't clean up them bedroom because that's their private space. But you can clean the bathroom, you can clean the living room, and make sure you keep wherever you sleep tidy as well. Okay, do not go into somebody's house not being able to provide anything financially and you're keeping it like trash and you're not helping to do anything. If you can go do a school run, go and help do the school run and shit like that. Uh make yourself useful. Okay, that's how you live in somebody's house when you're not able to give them money. And even if you can give them money, it won't kill you to contribute some kind of way to keeping up the house, you know, in good order. You know what I'm saying? People want to be moving into people's house and they want to be lazy. They want to keep people's house looking dirty and like trash, and they want to smoke and drop ashes everywhere and not sweep up the house, not hoover, not even clean up the place that they're like dwelling in. You can't get them to wash any dishes. They want to argue with you like if you're treating them like a slave. Nah, motherfucker, you got electricity, you got food, you got rent paid, you got council tax paid, you got water, you got access to warm water, you got a nice warm space to sleep, you got fucking TVs that you can watch, you got radios that you can listen to, or sound systems that you can play and whatnot. And you mean to tell me you can't afford to even wash some dishes? And you're not paying me any rent? You're not paying any money towards any of these things. The Wi-Fi, you don't pay any money towards any of these things. Or you do not pay sufficient funds towards any of these things. But you want to have a problem when I ask you to help with the upkeep of the home. We live here, but we can change it to where you don't live here. You don't have to say that part, but you know, why you want to be a dickhead? You getting everything provided for you. How about you be a useful member of the community in other ways, since you can't be one financially? You know, it's only fair. It's a responsible thing to do so that people don't end up hating you. You know, it's not because you're my cousin or my nephew or my niece or my mother or my father or my grandmother or my grandfather. If you're not sick, find something to do, because this is not a hotel. If you're my friend, whatever you are, if you're not sick, you need the help with the upkeep of the house, and I shouldn't have to ask you. Fuck you take this for? A bumbleclad 5-star hotel? Hey, if this is a 5-star hotel for you, you better pay me some 5-star hotel money. You want to have food cooked and brought to you, and you want to have your dishes washed for you. You want to have somebody clean up your bed or sleeping area. You want to have the floor hoovered. You want to have a clean toilet just prepared for you. And yeah, man, 5-star living, you need to give me some 5-star money. Shit. something was turned over. Well, this person's lifestyle has encouraged a lot of different topics. So, and I haven't had to get too upset to share my views. So my blood pressure should be still in good order. Yeah. Oh, Jaja, I beg for mercy. Mercy, I tell you. Have mercy upon me. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Mercy, Matilda. Mercy. Party, party, party. Cause I don't want somebody who'll love me, everybody. I wanna. No, I don't want a shy guy. I just don't want a hoe. You don't have to be a shy guy. Just don't be a hoe. Okay? You have to be a man with principle. So me ask for mercy and God say, you ain't no punk bitch. You can manage. What you talking about, Willis? And it's true. And plus, God is the one who multiplied. Who multiplied? How we go? Five. How we go? 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. God's like, what can you not do? You are right. Hang in there. What the fuck can I say? Nothing, because it's true. When you're tired, you pray to God for strength. Ain't no excuse. Shut the fuck up. Message received. God's here like, I know how I made you. You can't tell me what your capacity is. Eh? I'm trying to show you what the fuck you're made of. Eh? You humans, you my children, you always think that you know everything. Remember, I made you. I know you inside and out. Anytime you're going through something, it's not because I want to see what you're going to do. I already know what you're going to do. I want you to know what you're going to do so you can get to know yourself. I want you to see what you would do when your back is against the wall so you can get to know who you are like I know you. Shout out to all those of you who got that. God already knew us. God said, I will never give you more than you can bear. You know? So, if you're going through it and you think it's such a heavy load, it's either because you need to pray for that extra bit of strength, or you're lying to yourself and telling yourself that you're less than you actually are. You want to be lazy about it. I know how strong you are. I'm trying to get you to see how strong you are. Okay, subject matter of this part of the reading. Ooh, we got the healing. Yes, we like it. We'll like it a lot. That's what it's all about, bruv. Time to stop the fuckery. Slip into a new reality. One where I love the new version of me. You know? It's like, how can you not love me? You know, like, what kind of person actually hates me? Seriously. Must be people who don't know me for real, for real. You know? I'm a peach. I'm a slice of heaven. Seriously. Horrid humans. Okay, so let me check these before. Okay, so we got war in the reverse. What was the subject matter again? Healing. Okay, yeah, war in the reverse. It's like what I'm getting is you don't have to participate. It takes two opposing forces to have a war. Whether it's within self, between your good side, your bad side, your light side, your dark side, your right side, your wrong side, or between two people, two countries, two groups of people, two something. But there has to be like a duality, opposite, you know? So it's like you don't have to participate. That's what I'm getting with that. We got hospital. Sideways though. Hospital sideways. Okay, I get it now. So it's like, so if you choose not to participate and you gonna have the healing, but the other person, the other side ain't gonna have it because they're gonna be tormented. Because a hospital is a place that people go to heal. That is like just be an advocate of good. Simple. You don't have to participate. That's how I've been winning my war. I just don't participate. I participate when I want to participate. And I participate how I want to participate. Because it's like they have a vision of what I would respond to and how I would respond. And they're usually wrong. It's like, you don't get to tell me when I fight. Like if I want to fight, I fight. If I want to pay attention to you being annoying, I pay attention to you. If I choose not to pay attention to you, it's not a crime to not pay attention to you. Like, I don't care. I don't have to pay attention to every barking bitch. And even when I was younger, I was the same. When I was about 12 years old, yeah, in Montserrat, I was attending high school, 12, 13 years old. And my school was just across the street. I think it's called Thompson Field from the high school, like where the bigger children go. So I had to go to that part of the school to get my lunch money from the same brother who molested me as a child. So he's always been providing me with money. That's probably one of the reasons then why he thought he had the right to molest me. Like, I'm a child, and if you got money and I need food, all you have to do is show me love by supporting me as your sister. Like, I'm not your girlfriend. My pussy is out of bounds for you. That should come as standard knowledge, but I digress. So anyway, I had to go over to the school to get some money for my lunch, okay? And when I was walking back from the school, when I was walking back to go to my school, almost the whole of that school was all shouting and going on a kind of how at me. Church Road campus, 13-year-old girl that I was. Because what it is there was this girl called Ariana Daly. And I think she liked this dude called Brandon Daly. And Brandon, liked me. He used to spend time around me. And I think that Ariana, was vexed. But because she got links and maybe even the secret society somehow, because every fucking body there was a whole bunch of people just shouting at me, Rev. And as I was walking back and they were shouting, I look up to my left. And then I look up to my right. Like, are these people really shouting at me? Then I look straight and I kept walking. And I never looked back. And when I need something from there, I still walk up in the Bumbleclad building because I don't owe any of these people nothing. I have never been the type of person that respond well to bullying. It takes two to war. I have nothing to say to anybody. First of all, Brandon used to come to my house. I didn't know that he and Ariana had anything. Ariana never come to me and say, "Yo, that's my boyfriend. I would appreciate it if you like stay." Nothing. Yo, my God.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Should I open it now?
Yes, please.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, man, there was no conversation. Nobody, he didn't tell me he was with her. Me don't even know if they were together. For all I know, maybe she just liked him and wanted to bully me or scare me into staying away from him. But me and Brandon didn't have anything. I was too young. I wasn't interested. I wasn't interested in having boyfriends and that type of stuff. But I used to like him because he used to be funny. And he used to come around my house and spend time with me. He never passed his place with me. I think we could do a little peck once. But that was it. He was never disrespectful to me, you know. So as far as I was concerned, he wasn't my boyfriend, I wasn't his girlfriend, but I guess he used to spend too much time at my yard. I don't know what they had, but anyhow, she had her crew. Everybody this side and that side just shouting. I don't even know what the fuck they were saying, but all I know it's like a witch hunt. It felt like a witch hunt. That's what, but I didn't pay attention to none of them. I look up, I mean look this way, and I realize it's really me them I shout at, and I just kept walking. Same speed. I'm going about my business because I don't know what the fuck y'all problem is. But I know it ain't me. And that time I was like 12, 13 years old. But right is right and wrong is wrong. It's like I don't see any reason for me to be offended because I didn't know anything about doing anybody anything. You know? If Ariana wanted Brandon, Ariana should have come and talked to me as a respectable person to a respectable person. Nobody told me that they were together. Horrid humans. You see what I'm saying? Shit. Anyway, so I was feeling fine. Hospital, sideways. But they were not. They were angry. And I know they were even more angry because me look, I just keep going about my business. Like, fuck y'all. Yeah. So that must have really pissed them off. But nobody else came at me after that. I don't know. Maybe they thought, ooh, if she's willing to do that, then I would hate to see what she would do if we actually approach her. You're smart. But if you approach me with respect, then we won't have any problems. I know, like say Brandon have one chain round the neck, say Ariana property. Anywho, we need to learn how to do conflict resolution better. Okay? There's a proper way to do things. So yeah, I was just an advocate of good because right there I was showing self-love. I respect myself. And I don't know anything about what's going on and why these people were trying to fight me or intimidate me or whatever all these school children were doing. And they're bigger than me too because where I went to, I think it was first and second year over on that side. And I think from third to like sixth year and beyond is where I was, where all these people were shouting at me. So these are people who are older than I am. Okay? Doing that at one little girl. One little girl. All y'all were up there shouting at me from the top of the two balconies at Church Road campus. Why? Because you see me by myself. And look now, I got bigger fish doing the same shit to me in my adult years. Because they see me by myself and I'm still not scared of them. So y'all were right to not fuck with me. Because I didn't do anything to you. So I'm not going to just stay there and allow you to abuse me. But as long as you keep your distance from me, I'll keep my distance from you too. I'm not in no war with you. If you want to talk to me, talk to me. So yeah. So the underlying issue is dark magic. People starting shit with you. Because dark magic in itself tell you that you're innocent and somebody's throwing magic at you. Like I was innocent and they're throwing magic at me. I didn't know nothing about Ariana and Brandon's relationship. For all I know, they probably didn't even have a relationship. Maybe she just used her crew to try and intimidate me. Or maybe that was the secret society using all these children to try and test me from since them time of my life. Because it's something that they've been doing all my life. Even when I was 4 or 5 years old, I can remember a little 4 and 5 year old boys coming up to me talking about they're going to gang rape me. So it's the same patterns throughout my life. Imagine 4 years old. Dark magic, look, government employee. The elites, minions. Because these children who were saying that about me, their parents work for the government. But this isn't about me. But still, it's the dark magic from these governments. See, that's exactly what we got going on in society. The way how they run their government is like they force us to be liars and thieves and cheaters and don't want to pay our taxes and all these things. But the thing is, they're fucking thieves too. Because I don't even want to get into the politics, but it needs to be addressed. If you're paying taxes, then the taxes are supposed to go towards the upkeep of the house. It don't take a genius to know that that's what the tax money is supposed to. We're not supposed to have homeless people. We're not supposed to have hungry children. We're not supposed to have roads with potholes and shit in it if we have enough money. Because if you go see all the problems that we have in our house and then you want to take our money and send it overseas to somebody else so that they can use it on what they want to use it for, then what kind of a custodian are you? What type of a guardian are you? That's ridiculous. And it doesn't take a genius to know that you got to be removed from your spot. Calling yourself government employee, that is ridiculous. You take care of your house first. Everybody needs to take care of their house first. You take care of your people, because these are the same people who probably have been paying tax for God knows how long. End up homeless somehow through some sort of misfortune. But God is saying that it's still no excuse to do. So for let's say so the government want to mismanage the funds and do all type of stupid shit. God wants us to know that we can still do the right thing. Okay? It takes two to tango. Just because they set it in a way that you have to do evil, it doesn't mean that that's the only way. You can refuse to do bad things to other people at all costs, and by doing that, you open up yourself to be insured by God, meaning that God will provide for you. Blessings will always be flowing on you and through you, and people won't understand it, but it's because of the positive choices that you make in spite of your circumstances. You cannot allow your circumstances to scare you into being who you know you're not supposed to be. That's what's been working for far too long with us. We're afraid to be broke, so we steal. We're afraid to be hungry, so we steal. How about you ask somebody for some food? How about if you can't afford to live in a mansion, how about instead of stealing money to keep upholding that lifestyle, how about you use what money you have and downsize? How about you put your pride in check and downsize so that you can continue to manage for you and your family? It's gonna call for communication between you and your loved ones, but they have to understand sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down. You never know. God might provide something 1 year after that experience and you're living big again. And you didn't have to hurt anybody. You didn't have to steal from anybody. You didn't have to do anything negative to your karma. It's the choices that we make in life. If you would make the right choices, God will do the rest for you. You just never know. Because there's a reason why God is putting you in a situation for you to downsize. You see, it kind of break up the monotony and the stagnation because there's so many things to gain from just being in a different situation. Being in a different situation means that there are a whole bunch of other lessons to be learned. You know what I'm saying? Lessons that you could take with you through your life, things that you could teach your children that you couldn't teach them if you were living grand. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want your child to have a good start in life, you need to let them know what it's like to not have. Even if you have all the money in the world, it is healthy to make your children them know what it's like to work for what they want. Let them know what it's like to have a desire to have something, but they don't have what it takes. You need to give your children these experiences to make them more of a whole human being. You know, make them a better human by putting them in that circumstance so they can understand from the inside. You know, it ingrains uh philosophies of responsible responsibility and maturity. You know what I'm saying? Don't just give them everything they want just because daddy and mommy and grandma and grandpa have you won't teach your child life skills by training them that way. Okay, because sometimes you're up, sometimes down. Sometimes even mommy and daddy will be down, bruv. So you have to get your child to know that sometimes things are hard. Sometimes you don't have what you want to get what you need or what you want. But you know what? We don't have, teach your child how to improvise as well. See, when I get on the mic, it's like I don't know how to put down the mic. But God said it take two. It take two to fight. Okay, you don't have to engage in every battle. And especially if it's gonna compromise your karmic record, do not allow yourself to do that. Because when karma come and knocking at your door and it's time to pay up, karma's not trying to hear any excuses. You made your choice. Okay? So now I'm gonna kiss your boo-boo, but I'm gonna fuck you up. That's what karma's saying. Karma's saying, I'm gonna fuck you up, but I'm gonna kiss your boo-boo after that. Okay? So we're not taking any excuses. You need to have the courage to make the right choices before. What I say, one ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. Okay? 1 ounce, one tiny bit of prevention is better than a large portion of a cure. Okay? Just avoid the bullshit. Make good choices. Look at the bottom of the deck, we got Destiny Thief. The choices that we make, it decides our destinies. And these people are professional destiny thieves by making us into thieves and liars and murderers and all these awful things when we don't want to. Just like that, your destiny is stolen from you by you caving and becoming who the idiots around you are trying to force you to be. They've stolen your destiny just like that. Put you in a lifestyle that you don't, show you a version of yourself that you don't even like. Because you're afraid they kick you out, or you're afraid that they divorce you, or you're afraid that they take away your car, or you're afraid to downgrade your lifestyle, or you're afraid. These are the things that people use to steal your destiny. That's simple shit. Let that shit go, bruv. Because whatever your destiny holds for you is so much better. So you're holding on to crumbs. You're allowing people to determine your destiny with crumbs. $10,000 here and 15 million there and 1 billion there. Just know that whatever they manage to bribe you with, your destiny contains so much more. So if they bribe you with 1 billion, trust me, you had trillions in your future, and that's why they don't mind bribing you with 1 billion. Do you understand the science? So whatever you sell out yourself for, you are going to get much, 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 much more than that had you held on to your good karmic record. Make sure you're found blameless in God's sight. And you're going to see, like they say, your cup full and running over. It's a real thing. When I start, God told me I'm going to have my own bank. That's cup full and running over. You know what I'm going to have to do? Lend people money. I'm going to have to find something sensible to do with this money. Money just sitting there. That's when people have a bank. Because if you have use for your money, you don't need to have a bank. But if you have more money than you have use for, then you need to store it somewhere and you need to use it somehow. So that means God intends to give me more money than I have use for. Do you see? But there's a price to pay. And it's been years in the making. But I don't mind because I trust what God said. And who want to laugh at me, because I know later on I gonna laugh. She who laughs last will laugh the best. God won't lie. God don't lie. And I can see exactly how I could have so much money that I need to make my own bank. And people who know me for real, they know that it is not a far-fetched idea. Wait upon the Lord, man. Live for God. That's how you make yourself a real winner. Anything you get by living in sin is nothing compared to what you would have gotten had you taken the righteous path. If you made right decisions, you lived a life of correctness, moral uprightness. Do you know how much people want to give me money right now, but they can't because they don't know where I am? And some of them won't give me because they don't want to get involved in this war. But as soon as they see the way, they're going to find me and I'm going to get a lot of things. A lot of people want to bless me right now because I bless them on a regular basis. It's so much better to be a good person. A lot of people love me right now as opposed to hate me. They were only hating me because of the lies that these people been telling them to ruin my reputation. But when I put myself out there and show the world the real me, it's like, who you gonna believe? You gonna believe that shit, or you gonna believe what I've been showing you? What I've been saying to you? Because what kind of evil person talk like this? Evil people want to make more evil people. They don't want to make good people. Evil people have an easier walk through this life. They don't have such a hard time like me. They don't shut down evil people bank account. They don't go around telling people that an evil person is evil. They always paint an evil person as a good person, a humanitarian. When they paint you to be a devil, most likely it's because you're actually a saint. We have to be careful in this world, you know. We have to be very careful what we choose to believe in this world. What's this? Incompatible, fearful. Yeah, we have to be very careful in this world because we have done many a bad thing to many a good people because of lies that were told on them. Believe that. Yeah. We need to understand the enemy's tricks. Okay? We need to step over their stupid tricks, go around that shit, go straight through that shit, don't even look left or look right, just go straight through. We need to show them that them fucking stupid tricks that you've been successful with for all these years, that shit don't work on us anymore. We know your game. We see your game. Okay? They don't kill people like if Marcus Garvey and Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and them, if they were living in these times, they wouldn't shoot them. They don't shoot saints anymore. They poison us. They create and they either poison our reputation or they try and poison our bodies to make it look like we died of natural causes, like we just got ill somehow and we died. That's how they do now these days. They don't soil their hands with like stabbing us and shooting us because it's too blatant. It's too in your face. You know what I'm saying? So they do it more silently and more looking natural, It looked like a natural disaster rather than it being an assassination. They don't just do straight up assassinations like that anymore. We need to pay attention. Okay. And just know that if you're a gifted person who has good intentions for your community and whatnot, and you live in these parts of the world, UK and America and all them place there, and you have the power to make a positive impact, just know say you're on their list. You're on their shit list. Because they can't allow you to do positive things in society. That's not what this place is about. We're gonna have to fight for our right to do positive things in our society if we want to create a society that is healthy. Okay. So this is the last deck. And then I'm gonna get out your ear. Okay. Let's see what the message is. Okay, the subject matter. We got they prefer monogamy. So I'm getting from a psychological perspective. Monogamy is like choose a path and stick to it. Don't be wishy-washy. Because this is a psychological reading. This is a reading about getting it right up here so that we can make it right in our real world. So this, they prefer monogamy. Somebody prefer to just be true to what they want to be true to. So whether that's light or dark. And like I said with that last one, like just go through that bullshit, go around that shit, go under it. Do not participate. Do not hang around in it. So monogamy energy is saying this is what I choose and that's it. I didn't make a mistake. I'm sure I want to choose this. Like I'm sure I choose death before dishonoring God. I would never dishonor God for these idiots. Shit. There's nothing that the devil can offer me that God can offer me infinitely better. Death before dishonoring God, bruv. Shit. God took 2 fish and multiplied it to feed 5,000 people. Babylon can't do that. These elites, they can't do that. They can't promise me anything like that. Like, the answer is abundantly clear. You know, there's no competition. Shit. It's like, if it doesn't exist, God would invent it just for me. That's why my thing says Minister of Entertainment, because it's like, if I was to be a part of government, what shall I be? I'd be the Minister of Entertainment. And so I am. I invented that. God invented that for me. Because entertainment plays a very vital role in whether society survives or dies. I am the Minister of Entertainment. You're safe in my hands, but you can't be no punk. If you are punk, this is not the channel for you. Okay, so we got they want children with you, they prefer polygamy, and they don't want to grow up yet. So you see, being wishy-washy about life. So children is talking about dependence. Okay. So this was like a psychological operation. This reading is like a psychological operation whereby one is transitioning from just living life any old how to becoming more in touch with their divine self, making good life decisions, and healing themselves psychologically. So we got they want children with you and they prefer polygamy and they don't want to grow up yet. So being polygamous is like having your energy stretched in too many directions. So it's like if this is talking about actual children, it's like it's kind of hard stretching your energy so thin and still being as effective as you would be if you were more focused. Because when you check it out, somebody that's polygamous, okay, like somebody that has their energy sent out to all type of different people, even if this is not a sexual reading, okay, just giving your energy to this and that 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 is like, it's too much, because there's so much to a human being. Because let's see, let's check it. So we got, like, we need to take care of the children, take care of our spouse, take care of ourselves, spend time with our friends. We need to go to work, we need to keep the place clean and cook the food. And do you understand? So it's like there's so much already going on. Okay. And it's like, what polygamy is that talking about? Because that could be talking about like the different type of problems, different type of, maybe even negative businesses, and like training your children up to be the same way. It's like, what kind of example are you? You're not going to be a very good example to your children. So if you have children with somebody who just does any old thing to make their money, your children are going to grow up with that broken mindset. Let's read on. So we got, which one first? Okay, these ones. So we got, you are from two completely different worlds and love languages. Exactly. So it's like, also this is talking about, be careful of who you hook up with. Let's check this one. So it's like, if you hook up with a criminal, then they can only teach your child to be a criminal. That's the type of example that they're going to be to your children or your child. Okay. If you want somebody that's going to be a positive example to your child or children, then you need to pick somebody who lives in a positive way. Or else, if you choose a thief, he can only train your children to be a thief, or she can only train your children to be a thief. If you pick a prostitute, then that's what they're going to teach your children to be. If you pick an assassin, then that's what they're going to teach your children to be. If you pick a murderer, then that's what they're going to teach your children to be. If you choose a corrupt businessman, then that's what they're going to teach your children to be. If you choose a coward, then that's what they're going to teach your children to be. You understand? So let's see how this is meant to be interpreted. Let's get the last part of the message. It feels correct like this. So let's check again. Okay, so that's dark. It's more like this. It doesn't feel right like this either. So we're going to put it like this, sideways. So we got, they will let go of all others for you, but it's sideways. The energy really murky with that. So it's like they'll probably pretend to be, or maybe in time, they will let go of all of their nonsense for you. So this is talking about who you choose to hook up with, who you choose to build your life with. So like husband, wife energy, and children, and what kind of influence they will be to like your nephews and nieces if you don't have actual children, you know? Just even to you, what kind of influence this person will be to you. Okay? Then because they don't want to grow up yet. Okay? You two are from two completely different worlds and love languages. So it's like incompatible energy. They will let go of all of this for you. It's not going to be easy. Let's check this out. So we got, God is putting you with this person. That's the underlying issue. Interesting. Let's read on. They're shattered. Oh, so this is like some. So, okay. So this is like if you got with like a bad person, just know that you can help them to heal. That's why this is in the reverse. You can't help them to heal because it's saying that they're shattered. So it's like God is putting a healed person with a damaged person because only a healed person can help a damaged person to heal. Okay, let's read on. So they expected a different outcome. And then we got learning how to love. It says love you, but it's like learning how to be a better person, basically. Okay, so it's like they expected to be successful from all their shenanigans, but it's like, nah, friend, you need to make some fundamental changes to how you go about acquiring money. Okay, because you're spreading financial diseases all over the world, financial and emotional and social diseases, because if people know that we are thieves, they're not gonna like us. Okay, you see, like them elites can't show them face in a public and make we know who them be just like that. They can't come blatantly with their foolishness in front of our face and say, yeah, we're doing it to you, and what can you do about it? They would never, because there are some crazy people amongst us. And that would be the last time that they ever ask such a stupid question, who gonna check me? So if somebody's doing evil to get by financially or to elevate in life, it's just bad juju. So it's like God has put this person with a positive person, okay? Somebody who is not about that life, somebody who knows how to win at life from their divine uh their divine persona. They don't have to dip into their devil energy to get ahead in life. They know how to win at life by being their God self. So they don't need to cheat people. They don't need to steal from nobody. They don't need to lie in business to make money. They got gifts, they got talent, and they're quite willing to put in the work. Okay? They pray for what they don't have and keep their eyes open to see what God has provided in place of that thing that they lack, or those people that they lack, whatever they lack. Okay? They're more inclined to include God in the projects. And that's how they succeed with their projects. They don't have to cheat nobody. God provide. There's enough, you know? So learning how to love. And we got dangerously in love. And they've added you to their future plans. So why is this dangerously in love though? Because of your personality, you see? Because of your personality. They like the vibe. But to whoever this is, listen, if you know that you're a broken person and God is putting you with a divine person, with a positive person, with an angel, please, not because they're a good person, it doesn't give you the right to try and walk all over them because they're a good person. You are the one that's broken. You are the one that need to be healed, and they are the one that God put in your life to help you to heal. I'm not telling you to listen to everything that they're saying. I'm not telling you to hand over your whole personality to this person to make you who they think you should be. It's not about that. You need to be who you know you should be, but you need to do it with in uprightness. You need to do it by checking in with your moral compass before you make your moves. Okay, so if this person is passing their boundaries with you, trying to make you into the type of woman or man that they think you should be in its entirety, that's not what God put you two together for. God put you together so that if you're, let's say, let me find an example. So let's say you're a thief. Okay, and God put you with this angel. It's not for you to continue to be a thief. Now, what this angel can do is tell you how to invest that money, or suggest, I should say, because you still have a choice. But it's up, the objective for you is to learn to make good decisions. So let's say you steal 10,000 pounds, okay? And I'm the angel in your life, okay? And I said to you, okay, you got that through wicked means. I understand that. But here what we gonna do, right? Or here what I suggest to you to clean up this karma. First of all, I suggest that you not try that shit again. Second of all, I want you to take some of this money and do something selfless and positive with it. That's the second thing. Okay? So that's like paying for your karma. So that's like some Robin Hood shit where you're stealing from the rich and giving to the less fortunate. That should help you clean up your karma. And then you then invest in whatever your gifts or talents are so that you can make clean money going forward. Okay, that's what I would do. Fair enough, you stole the money. Okay, it's done. It already happened. And you don't want to go to land jail. You don't want to go to the jail of this land. So we gonna make it right with God. Here's what you do. First, you need to even say sorry to God. Make up your mind you're not gonna go about those means again. Donate some of that money. You can do it yourself. I wouldn't suggest you donate to no charity, because these charity people can't be trusted. They're thieves too. So I suggest that you do your own charitable work. Okay? Make sure you invest in a whatever business you're going to get involved in, where that you can get clean money, that you don't have to look over your shoulder. And then from there, if you want to, like, secret Santa pay back the people you stole from, that should clear your whole karmic debt. Because if they stole that money from somebody else, then that's their business to take up with God. But if you know you stole it from them, then if you pay them back secretly, then God see you. God gonna help you. You see, that's how you clean up your karma. Well, that's some of the ways that you can clean up your karma if you know that you got your money through criminal means. Okay, so yeah, so let's read on. Let's see. So personality, they are aware. Yeah, they know you a thief. They know you a naughty man. They know you a bad man. Their heart is still open to you. Yeah, so we got breakup spell because of incompatibility, and this is new for them. So this is new to somebody. So it's like somebody would be willing to run away. Just know that they hate that. So whichever one of you in this here relationship want to run away, just know that the other person don't like that. But hear this, bad man or bad girl. If this is polygamy where you think that you can have an angel in your life and she or he need to share you with other people, it's a fuck no. Okay? So if y'all want to be friends, y'all could be friends. But when it comes to the sexual relations, yeah, that's not happening because we don't share. Okay? Angels do not share. God sent us for you. You ought to be glad that we're willing to share ourselves with you. Don't try go out and mix your energy with this person and that person or anybody else and come in and then expect us to be wanting to mix our energy with you. That's nasty. We don't do that. It's a no. So if we're going to be good friends and if we're going to do business together and if I'm going to help you, like be a guidance counselor or whatever, then that's fine. But we ain't fucking. Because I'm not sharing. That's how an angel think and behave. Okay? They prefer monogamy, not polygamy. So if you want to have other people, just know that you cannot have them. And if you cannot have them, then I suggest you pay them for their financial advice and keep it professional. Seriously. Okay. And that's why this dangerously in love come in. Because it's like you want to control this angel. You don't get to live exactly how you want to live. It's a compromise. You're into this, they're not into that. You don't get to hold no angel captive just because you like what she or he do for you. It's time for y'all to stop doing that to people like us. We are not your prisoners. If you cannot be faithful to us and treat us the way that we want to be treated in a relationship, then we just can't have a relationship. It's not that serious. If we can't get together in business, then let's work together in business and keep your fucking distance. You cannot have me. You cannot have this angel, be it a male or female. You cannot have them. You cannot own them. You cannot control them. You treat them right. That's how you keep them. It's like a bird that you don't keep in a cage. It's going to stay around you only if you treat it right. Don't get this shit twisted. Don't fuck around. Because we can get dark. We could either be an angel of light or an angel of darkness to you. Look at what was coming next. Destiny thief. Active earthly marriage contract. You don't get to keep the angel if you don't intend to treat them the way that they want to be treated. Do not try it. Because you can go on our shit list too. You and the elites. Do you understand? Good. Yeah, so y'all gonna have to have patience with one another. And I suggest that y'all not start fucking. So this is talking about whoever does come into this person's life. So destiny thief, active earthly marriage contract. They are about to. Then we got you need time apart and in a committed relationship. And we got only God can link you up with your real lover. And we got fearful. They want to bless you. They don't realize they are that way. Unfortunately. So jackass, you need to realize when you're a jackass. You can't be a jackass to an angel and think that they're going to treat you like you are an angel. If you're a jackass, an angel is going to treat you like you're a jackass. We're not going to tolerate your shit. So try and hold down your servings of jackass. Keep it off the table. You know, they like to say what you bring to the table. You bring jackassness to the table. And the other person bring healing, apparently. Hold down the jackass. Okay? Hold that shit back. If you want to be a part of this person's life. You need to realize that you are a jackass. You need to admit that you're a jackass. And you need to act accordingly. Okay? Because you know if you act like a jackass to this angel, you're going to piss them off. And then they're going to have to be like a jackass with you too. And you don't want that version of them. You want the angelic version of them. So if you want the angelic version of them, you have to be the angelic version of yourself. That's what the training is all about. It's about getting you out of that negative energy and bringing you into your divine energy. Don't lose sight of what your task is. So we got alchemy. They've got plans for you. And we got they want to curse you. And then we got liar. They are not used to dealing with maturity. So you see? So really and truly, they want to curse you, and then liar come out. So it's like the way that you're behaving towards this angel is going to make them believe that, are you trying to, like you're trying to break them, you're trying to destroy them, you know? And it's like, don't do that. But it says liar because that's not what you're trying to do. It's just that you're a jerk, and you can't help but be a jerk. But you're gonna have to hold down the jerk. If you don't want this beautiful person in your life to perceive you wrong and to leave you, you're gonna have to keep your jerk in check. They're not used to dealing with maturity. And we got, don't be afraid of rejection, tell the truth. That's maturity. Admitting that you're a jerk. Tell the truth. An angelic person would, try to see things from their point of view. Okay, you wouldn't want nobody treating you the way that you are trying to treat this person. Would you date you, jerk? No, you wouldn't. If you did date you, you wouldn't treat you like you're a princess or a prince, because you're not acting like a princess or a prince. So if you were to meet somebody who is just like you and date them, you wouldn't have the utmost respect for them. You see? And that's exactly how they see you. It's like, what kind of person are you? You're a horrid human. That's basically what they would be saying. You're behaving like a horrid human. You're being very horrible. And nobody's gonna want to be around that. At least not somebody like that. And they know that they can do better than you. Walls up for protection. They know what they deserve. So it's either you're gonna try your best to get into your God energy, or you're gonna lose them. They're gonna put walls up for protection. They're not gonna take your shit. So God is putting somebody in your life to help you to become the better version of yourself. And according to how you behave, it determines whether you lose them or you get to keep them. And so far, it don't quite look like you're doing so good. But if you want something, you gotta work for it. And can I just say that there is a cutoff point where apologies are no longer accepted. It's like they're done and they're just done. They've had enough. So if you don't want your person, your angel, to walk out of your life, you need to show that you're actually putting in the effort to heal and become that better version of yourself, the version of yourself that matches them. Stop trying to get them to match your ugly version of yourself, because you are losing. The way that you're going about life is a losing formula. So stop trying to overpower them with that losing formula, or else they're going to walk away if it means winning. Because they can't win with somebody who behaves like that, because you are known by the company you keep. So even associating with you is bad for their reputation. Do you see? So if God put such a person in your life to help you to clean up your mess, you need to really put in your best effort, or else lose the opportunity, and then you'll have to pay that karma back some other kind of way. Okay? So, thank you guys for hanging out with me and sussing out life with me. Until next time, my darlings, take care of yourself and each other. All the best.